Hello guys, I'm Blowfast and today I'm gonna quickly show you how to make a Wither Skeleton farm in Fortress Farm. So, first things first, you need to find yourself a good fortress, because that will save you a lot of time. This is an example of a very good fortress. And the reason why this is really good is because there's basically no terrain for you to clear down here aside from these random pillars here and there. But what you're gonna be looking is not actually crossways like in Java. You will want a room like this. A room that has two tunnels side by side. And I'll show you why in a second. Because the crossways don't actually have as much spawn spots as you might think, because this is not Java. This is where you will find most of your spawns. So, to start finding out where is actually the spawn spots for your fortress, you should do this. You'll make a copy of your world, go into your creative test world, and you do like this thing with just block, a torch, a redstone repeater, and some dust. Really easy to do. This is basically a simple clock, just because the chain command blocks are currently broken, because I've been testing with them to make this tutorial, and they're not working. So you make this, you put a lever on it, and it stops. So it's a really quick thing to do. And then what you want to be doing is getting yourself 2 repeat command blocks. To give yourself these ones, just do /give your name, repeating command block, and you'll get this thing in your inventory because there's no way to actually search for it here. And then what you want to be doing is have this one easy, kill at E. So this one is basically killing every single mob that's around you, which is really good. So if I actually just toggle it on, you can see everything just dies. And on this one, it's a little bit more complicated. I'll leave all of these things down in the description below. You just have execute at E, it is going to search all the mobs, and then it's just going to pick the Wither skeletons, and underneath them is going to change the block to stone. So if you actually come in here, you'll see that, yeah, a Wither skeleton spawned and it changed the block to stone. And if you just leave this thing running for a while, like you just activate this one, because you need to add some sort of delay here for this one to actually replace the blocks with stone. So you just wait a while, you go into 24 blocks away. As you can see, they're starting to do. This one is a glitch because they move, because you have to add a delay, but not to worry. It's basically always in the middle of the tunnel, so you know that thing works. But the thing about this room is that I know that this wall is actually a spawnable. And one of the things that you should do is clear the entire space that you find, like this area right here. You should clear it as much as you can, because as you will see, there will be mobs spawning right here on this wall, which is a little bit dumb, because why would there be spawn spots on the wall? But there is, trust me. I'll just leave this thing running for a while, I'll clear this up and I'll come back to you. Okay, and then after a while you'll just be able to stop those command blocks and you'll be able to see this thing how it is. So these are all the spawn spots where Wither skeletons can spawn, and this line is completely inside a wall, and if you tear it down you'll be able to see. And the next thing you should actually see is the space around you. Like, I advise you to AFK in the best spot possible. For me, it's like somewhere around here, because this will make me so I have to spawn proof this thing underneath me, that a bit of this soul sand and a bit of this soul sand up here. I'll have to remove this. I'll have to remove spawn spots here, spawn spots there, this piece of netherrack here, spawn proof here, and spawn proof the rest of the nether fortress around here, which, believe it or not, is not that much work. Like, well-placed lava bucket pretty much eliminates all of this thing. This is not that much to clear. Because if you have a nether fortress that's completely inside netherrack, then you have a lot of things to clear, especially if there's like caves and something like that. With this one, you're pretty much good to go. So the next step is for you to prepare the spawn spots themselves, and also while we're at it, just spawn proof everything around it, so like these guys don't spawn and other mobs don't spawn. So you actually find that if you only go like, you can even go like all the way up to these spawn spots, because there's some here and there's like another one here, but you don't need that. You don't need these ones. Like these 5 are more than enough, because you always have one mob just standing here waiting for the minecart to pick it up. And that's what this warp planks are here. They're marking down the tracks for the minecarts. But one thing you have to have in mind is how the mobs spawn, because they spawn on these blocks, but they always spawn in the northwest corner of the block. How do you find the northwest corner in the nether? Well, it's actually quite easy. You just find the negative Z on the coordinates on the top left corner, and this signals you up, you know. And if you're looking this way, if you go to your right, it means that it's the Z, it's east, and the minus Z, it's north, and this is west. So that's easy, it's northwest, so they will always spawn right in this corner, and then you need to preparate the cages so they will always stand right here, and then a minecart is just going by and picks them up, and then you will drop them into trident killers. Okay, and this will be all the design for all your cells. So in case you're wondering what is going on over here, this is basically stopping ghasts and magma cubes from spawning. The armor stand is making it so there's not enough space for a magma cube to spawn, and the glass blocks are doing the same thing over on top of these iron bars. And blazes and wither skeletons and regular skeletons will always spawn there, and this does not affect them, this does not affect them. How do you get this thing like this? So you would hope that you could just place an armor stand here, but you can't. You can try to place an armor stand here, and you can't do this as well. So the way I do this is basically I use 2 blocks tall, I put the 3 iron bars around, 1 on top, I place the piston there on top of there, I place the armor stand, you push the iron bar down, it locks there, then you just break the piston and place the glass. And you do this for all the cages. Now that you can just place your rails, you have to basically connect these 2 ones so they drop into the same chamber, to the same trident killer. And the trident killer will basically be like here. The drop chute would be this 2x2 right here. No, not there. Yeah, like this. So I had to make this one just deviate a little bit, so I have a wall here so nothing can just glitch out somehow. And how are you gonna do this? The best way to push the mobs into there is just you place glass blocks on top of this, and then you cover the other side so they can't come into here. So the only way left for them to slide off is there, and you do the same thing on all sides. And this one is easier because you just need to make like this part right here, so you drop them right into the trident killer. Oh, and one small thing, while we're doing this, make sure you leave it with a 3 tall gap, like this. This is basically making so that the wither skeletons, which are 2.5 blocks tall, can fall in no matter what. Because if you don't make this, if you only leave like a 2 tall space in there, they will stay there, they will not fall. They will not fall in because these blocks that would be 1 level lower would be stopping them from dropping in. And this way, you make sure that all the mobs that get picked up and come here get dropped into there. Okay, and now you have to set up your trident killers, and these cannot be the regular trident killers because the regular ones will not kill the blazes. These ones are made to actually be slow enough to safely kill all the blazes. And the way you want to do them is just place the pistons like this, like all the 4 sides of the tube. I use the gold block so you can easily see the drops. So they drop right there. And you want to go behind all these pistons and place the observers directly behind them, all of them like this. Okay, then you want to mark out all of these corners of the trident killers and place a block right there. Then you want to raise your half slabs so you can actually put redstone on top of this. And in the back ones, like these ones, you don't need to connect this one to this block, so you can just leave this like this, but you have to connect at least one of the sides into this. So the way you're gonna do it now is just to place repeaters onto all of the blocks, facing into all of them. And here you do it on the opposite direction. You don't need one there. And like this, because basically this will be your control for all of the trident killers. Then you put the tridents in there, you toggle this thing on. As you can see, there's already some of them that are already in there. And all you have to do is come here, you place your minecarts. These ones are just wandering around from this thing back there. And I want to place it, thank you. Get rid of that. And the minecarts will start going. You can see it picks the guys up. It comes down here and it drops them into the trident killer. And as you can see, even the blazes get safely killed. And all you have to do is just AFK in your AFK spot. Hey, and if this video helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell me down below what you think of the video. See you in the next one. Goodbye.